This is what I like to hear when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens and the secondary, but specifically at the safety position. Jess Rebick, he published an article on The Athletic a few days ago, and he talked about some players whose stock is going up and some players whose stock is going down. He went through all the different positions, but what we focusing on today was his excerpt about the safety position. And he said, Sanoussi Kane, and he said that his stock is going up. Let's read. It says, Ardarius Washington's injury creates a need for the number 3 safety, and Sanoussi Kane has established himself as the front runner for that role. Now, before we continue, Jeff Rebick, he gonna tell it like it is. He really is. He'll say if something is by default or if somebody is really earning it. Because Jeff Rebick, he covers the Ravens. He don't work for the Ravens, so he can be as straight up as he wants to be. And again, let's run it back. He said, Sanoussi Kane has established himself as the front runner for that role. So he didn't say, due to injury, they're going to throw Sanoussi Kane. He said Sanoussi Kane has established himself. So that means at OTAs, at minicamp this offseason thus far, that Sanoussi Kane been putting in the work and it's been showing. And the Ravens officials, they've been seeing it. So that's a good thing. Let's continue, though. It says, one of the team's busiest special team players last season as a rookie, Kane has looked leaner and more explosive this offseason. That's a beautiful thing. Especially the part about being more explosive. Sanoussi Kane, we didn't see him too much on defense last year. But when we did see him, that boy, he was ready to knock somebody out. He was knocking somebody out. But a lot of times, if there's players that are hard hitters like that, they may not have range like that. They may not be able to cover like that. Especially how hard that Sanoussi Kane was hitting people last year. That boy was something serious, man. Something serious. It was scary. When he would collide with somebody, it would be scary. It really was. But anyway, let's continue. He also said, he also got his hands on quite a few footballs during the offseason practices. He was going to have a special teams role regardless, but he's playing like a guy who is intent on earning defensive snaps as well. I love it. I love it. Sanoussi Kane, keep doing what you're doing. He also said the Ravens could still sign a veteran safety in the coming weeks, but with his play, Sanoussi Kane provided an argument that Baltimore should stand pat and let a drafted young player get the first crack at the number 3 safety role. So he's saying that Sanoussi Kane is not being given the position by default. He's not being given the position due to injury, but he says Sanoussi Kane is out there earning it. He says Sanoussi Kane is out there putting in the work and earning it. And that's what we love to hear. I don't know what the Baltimore Ravens are going to do. Anytime we talk about it, I've been going back and forth all offseason. My biggest expectation for them would be that they do sign a veteran safety. But, hey, if Sanoussi Kane, who they drafted last year, if Sanoussi Kane is going to be the one, okay, let him be the one. Let him be the one. And the Ravens, they got him for the next 3 years. This year and the next 2 years after that. Because he was a rookie last year and he was drafted. So he got that 4-year contract. So, I'm all for it. If he's out there and he's balling and he put in the work and he earned that number 3, okay, hey, no problem. Because look, Ardarius Washington, he came from a kind of similar scenario, but at the same time it wasn't. Ardarius Washington wasn't even drafted. He was not. The Ravens signed him as an undrafted rookie free agent. And then on top of that, he was hurt the first couple of years. He played a little bit, looked good, then got hurt. Then played a little bit, looked good, then got hurt. But Sanoussi Kane, he was a rookie last year. He got drafted, and he played a little bit. I know he did get hurt a little bit too, but he's healthy right now. So it's like, hey, this could be his story. It really could be. And then on top of that, you think about Ardarius Washington too. Now again, this year, I don't want to say we can't write him off. Because we don't know how his body will react to the surgery. We don't know how quick he'll recover from the surgery. We'll see. But he did say, hey, him and Harbaugh said, aiming for November, December, that'll be tough. It'll be real tough. But if Sanoussi Kane is doing his thing, and then they could get Ardarius Washington, but then at the same time, Ardarius Washington, he ain't never played with Malachi Starks. He will have never played with Malachi Starks. Malachi Starks will have never played with him. And then if Sanoussi Kane is out there as that third safety, then those two ain't really getting the mix together too much last year either. So there will be that unfamiliarity. Obviously, no super duper Kyle. But I wonder if he does come back this year. If he does, that's a big if. How he'll fit in. Now, he does know the defense, which is great. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you. We got the same defensive coordinator, same offensive coordinator, same defense coordinator. We got continuity. So continuity and consistency is a beautiful thing. But I just wonder how he would fit in, especially like fresh off a torn Achilles, even though it would have been healed by then and he'll be back whenever he does. But still, it's something that's very concerning. But if they do or don't have Ardarius Washington, it's nice to know that Sanoussi Kane has been stepping up. Now we done reached my favorite part of the videos where we get to feature your questions. Send an email to teamkeepitclean@gmail.com to be a part of it. Or if you want to become a Team Keep It Clean patron, go to patreon.com/Ingravenvids and you can send your question on there. Let's get into this first question that came from a Team Keep It Clean patron, my guy, Omar. He said, congratulations on the interview with Mr. Landis. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all y'all tuning into that. That was a lot of fun. He was excellent, amazing to talk to, a lot of fun to talk to. We chopped it up a little tiny bit before, but then after we were done, I think we spent more time talking off camera than we did on. But he was amazing, man. He really was. He was super, super cool. I definitely appreciated him coming on. I appreciated him just being straight up, too. Answering any and every single question that we asked in depth, in detail, didn't hold nothing back, kept it respectful, of course. But he did his thing, man. He really did. He did his thing. And I was very, very grateful to have him on. And I appreciate everybody's feedback on it. I appreciate all y'all that tuned into it. Thank you for watching it. And just thank you. I read every single comment that was on that video. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate it. He also said your platform is the perfect place for introducing yourself to the Ravens fan base. As always, I appreciate your insight, my brother. No. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And really all y'all, man. But he deserved that. He deserved that. Especially because, yeah, his son is definitely going to be a vital part of what the Baltimore Ravens do this year. But it was nice to really introduce him to a lot of Ravens fans because that you know how you could go somewhere, say, for instance, you go to a party or something, and you go to this party, and you're like, man, I don't know if I'm going to know anybody there. But you got your friend that you're going with, and your friend, they may know a good amount of people, but you might not know anybody. So you might be feeling like, oh, man, I don't know, this might be a little awkward. I don't know, it might be a little boring. But you pull up to the party. You and your friend get there, and your friend introduces you to everybody. He said, hey, this is my guy, this is my girl. Hey, come meet them. Come meet them. Oh, yeah, we go. Yeah. And that can make them so comfortable. That's all he was trying to do with him. Allow him to be comfortable, welcome to being a Ravens fan, and then welcoming him, allowing him to settle in. So hopefully now, at the games and stuff, somebody see him, they say, hey, what's up, Landis? He say, hey, what's happening, baby? So that'll be cool because, again, we family. We all family, man. So that can help him settle in, help him be even more comfortable, help people get to be even more comfortable with him, and people will root for Jaire Alexander even more. Because they know his pops now. They know his dad. So it was a great experience, man. So I hope he enjoyed it just as much as I did. Omar also said, hope all is well with you and the family. Like every Ravens fan, I'm excited about the roster going into the 2025 season. But for me, the excitement isn't just about Lamar Jackson. His name is his name. 3-time first team All-Pro, best in the business. It's not even about the defense. Coach Orr proved down the stretch last year that this unit was going to be ready no matter what. And the new additions are just a bonus. The pass catcher group, they were already legit last season. And with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, they're now legit and certified. But here's what really has me hyped. So he went through, obviously, Lamar. Yeah. He talked about the new pass catchers. DeAndre Hopkins pairing with Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. The running backs, they're going to be catching passes as well. Talked about the defense. Hey, Zach Orton showed him already down the stretch that he got it. But that wasn't even what he said got him hyped. He said, but here's what really has me hyped. The offensive line. Ooh, that's a take right there. I ain't heard nobody say that. That out of everything, it's the O-line that got... Okay, let's see. He said, after 2023, the Ravens lost 60% of their starters up front. On paper, 2024 looked like it would be a transitional year for the offense, but It ended up being a record-setting season. Now heading into 2025, every spot on the offensive line could be filled by a player who started multiple games in Todd Monken's system. Oh yeah, you're right. Wow. Because I was thinking, hold up, no, it's gonna be a rookie that's gonna compete. No. Left tackle Ronnie Stanley. Left guard most likely Andrew Voorhees. Center I got Linda Flender. Right guard Daniel Falele. Then right tackle Roger Rosengard. Continuity. Consistency. That's what the offensive line has. For the first time in forever. Shout out to Frozen. But yeah, man, I never thought about that. That is such a great point. Wow. He said that kind of continuity, that's huge. And it's a totally different story from last year. So here's my question to you. When was the last time the Ravens had this much continuity with both the offensive coordinator and the offensive line going into a season? As always, I appreciate your insights, my brother. Hey, appreciate you, Omar. I don't know that I can say. I have no idea. Because over these years, we've done a lot of flip-flopping. A whole lot of flip-flopping at offensive line. Again, you can't keep everybody. Positions change, people retire, people they don't get re-signed, they get traded, get cut, contracts expire. It's so much stuff that happens. But so I don't know. I don't know the last, but that is such an amazing point. And again, like you mentioned, not only the offensive line being consistent, but the offensive coordinator as well. That's great. And that's something that we got to appreciate for real. So I'm glad you brought that up. Next question came from Anonymous. He said, we have Mike Green and Trent Simpson. We do. He said, by the Ravens not building a reunion with C.J. Mosley, do you think they'll go after Matt Judon? Okay, so you're talking about those edge guys, those outside linebackers, adding another pass rusher. I think there's some potential for that because Adisa Isaac can't really get no burn last year, so the jury's still out on him. With David Ajabo, I think right now he could be on the outside looking in when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. They're edge guys, they're outside linebackers, because this is the fourth year for him, I believe. And the Ravens, they showed you that they ain't really seen too much because they had him inactive a lot of games last year. He ain't really get much playing time last year. So, and this guy was somebody who a lot of people were saying he was going to be a top 5, top 10, at the latest top 15 pick. But then he torn his Achilles at the pro day, and nothing was ever the same after that. So, but yeah, I could still see them getting an edge guy. Now, you did mention Matt Judon. My preference would be somebody else. But, hey, we'll see what the Baltimore Ravens do or don't do. Historic Ravens team. Next question came from my guy, Dakari. I love that name because one of my boys' name is Dakari, too. He said, hey, man, hope all is well with you and the family. Everything is great, man. I appreciate you. He said, it's been a long time since I sent something to the page, and I honestly had to take a break from watching the channel because that Bills loss hurt so much, and it still does to this day. Hey, it's all good, my friend, but I'm glad that you're back. Hopefully you're still back, and you continue watching, but it's all good. I get it, man. He said, recently I've been easing back into the channel, and I have never been more excited to watch my Ravens go to work. I just wanted to reach out and say I strongly believe that this Ravens team will go down in history as one of the best teams of all time if we can stay healthy. I don't think that's far-fetched to say. I don't think that's anything crazy to say. I don't think that's a crazy, outlandish, wild take, anything like that. It's realistic when you think, look at this roster. It really is. He said, when I look at the roster, I don't see any weaknesses on both sides of the ball. Our secondary is elite. We have the best linebacker in the league. We have a top linebacker, one of the top linebackers in the league. I do think Fred Warner is a better linebacker than Roquan Smith. That's not a shot at Roquan. Roquan Smith is amazing. But I think Fred Warner is a better linebacker than Roquan Smith. I just think Fred Warner is a better playmaker than Roquan Smith. Both excellent tacklers, both extremely smart. But what takes it over the top for me is Fred Warner's playmaking ability and his consistent playmaking too. Anyway, he said, we had the best linebacker in the league, a top 5 defensive lineman in my opinion. Talking about Nnamdi Madubuike. He said, new additions like Mike Green, Malachi Starks, not to mention Daffy Away just came off of a career year, and we still have Kyle Vanoy. This defense has a chance to be historic. They do. He said, you look on the other side of the football, we have the best QB in the league. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. He said, and the best running back in the league. Ooh. That's an interesting one right there. Now, I ain't mad at that one. If I had to pick who I think is the best running back in the league, I'll probably say Saquon Barkley. I'll probably say it. But Derrick Henry is he's right there, literally. And if somebody wanted to put Derrick Henry over, I can't be mad at that. I don't think it's far off at all. But then, you know what? Now that I think about it, especially when I think about it out loud, and again, you can't change somebody's situation. You can't. Them Eagles, that offensive line, every year, oh boy, they got it. They got it. Derrick Henry behind that offensive line? Oof. He went crazy behind our offensive line. And Ravens' offensive line wasn't bad. It took him a little while to get going. But behind that Eagles offense, ooh boy. But anyway, again, like I said, I can understand why you put Derrick Henry at 1. I ain't mad at that at all. He said, we have 2 elite tight ends. Yeah. Zay, Bate, and D-Hop. Last year, this offense was elite, and it only got better this offseason. That's true. He said, this will be Lamar's 3rd year under Monken, and I can't wait for us to win the Super Bowl this year. Sorry for the long message. You ain't got to apologize about none of it. You ain't got to apologize about nothing, my friend. Nothing. So I really hope we get it this year. I really thought these past 2 years we were for sure going to get it, but they didn't. So they dropped my expectations, but they certainly didn't drop my hope.